New colonies and sectors are being developed here as a kind of startup engine device due to population explosions. More and more people needs to be rehabilitated on the mountain tops, and it has become a need of the hour to help those poor people in desperate need of environment friendly places. And since they are not able to buy high end projects close to Sukna Lake, they are being provided compensation for cheap tickets of airlines which have been developed recently. More and more cricket stadiums are also being developed on the hilltop, and sports need more and more encouragement, and ayurvedic soaps factories are also being developed here only. Forest department was not existing during ancient times, due to which more and more glow signs are being placed, and various SUV cars are being acquired from distant places, and Key is just 881 kilometers from Moscow border, but they don't find any difficulty in bringing high-end electric SUV from border areas close to Pakistan, because diesel and petrol is very cheap here, and there are several electrically operated trucks also which bring these kind of heavy vehicles especially for them only. Climate change is an urgent crisis that impacts every living being on our planet. While humans have the unique capability to protect the earth, it seems that our efforts are failing short. Each year, climate summit raise the troubling questions, and it is a merely a platform only where deeper senses of helplessness environmentalists along the worldwide used to attend that conferences. While discussions about climate change arise, the focus frequently shifts from deforestation only. Many places around the world are not concerned, and they are lacking the necessary information about the resources, and they don't enact any meaningful change, and more actionable solutions are required to be implemented. An endless stream of ideas will not suffice which a monumental change, while the trustworthy flashes have been transformed into dishonest flashes only. More and more summit are not impacting anything. The implications of climate change are well documented. Rising temperatures lead to floods, storms, melting glaciers, and erratic weather patterns. The point is that the lasting energy discussions these effects when they should be focused on prevention and action only. The ordinary individuals around the globe, those without access to the decision makers and prospect making an impact to the crisis seem flaunting only. However, initiatives, the blog action day, which was started during 2007 only, and more awareness campaigns were raised by me from that day. Human Rights Commission and UNICEF along with United Nations Environment and blog also, and there are solutions hand to hand available with me. Reducing deforestation can be achieved by developing alternative fuel sources for underserved communities, and replacing wood products which is not going on. Sustainable materials are not available in the villages, due to which they are cutting down the trees, and you can see in my background also, unfortunately these peoples are not environment friendly. Without expecting anything in return, they keep on cutting down trees, and organizations should be provide incentives to them, and more initiatives should be launched. The population growth expected unexpected population growth has put immense pressure on the resources protection is not going on. The temperature is rising by 1.5 degrees C to 4.5 degrees C, and it will reach around 5.5 degree Celsius more than the average temperature by 2030 AD. And our protecting industrial growth in mountainous region is not going on. That requires more sustainable businesses, and fragile ecosystem is should be preserved. Every mountainous state should have United Nations office, but it is not possible to open office here in India because mosque demolition group and church vandalizing group in the form of criminals are existing everywhere in this country. More and more hotels and construction near the beaches or artificial islands disrupt the marine habitats. Also, even at mountainous regions, there are more and more construction going on. Managing population growth along these kind of regions can control the AIDS, but it is not that which is going on. Practical solutions are not being provided. Flashes and environmentalists which pretend to be taking care of the environment adequately are not performing any actions. Journalists and experts from reputable channels like Discovery Channel or National Geographical Channel has been sold to history channels, and other kind of vulgar activities are going on. Have you ever wondered of the ongoing trade tensions involving the United States are being orchestrated by powerful government with long-term agendas? It raises an infringing question. How can a country so closely aligned with Canada and Europe suddenly pivot to support Russia? This shift seems to be preventing proximity of human beings and human rights. UNICEF offices in these kind of nations exist. When introduced, some of these leaders to influential United Nations begin following them and then simultaneously unfollowing me. These kind of political maneuvers are going on. Canada continues to supply affordable electricity to the USA even when Ukraine and Zelensky faces criticism for the dress during the pivotal movement. If these kind of fashion choices are deemed outrageous by Republicans, why the France traditionally ally with these, providing them significantly support? Moreover, even after enduring substantial military, Russia seemed to be regarding its stance towards other countries. What could behind these kind of silence? These questions compel us to think that critically about the dynamics they play in international relations nowadays. Witnessing carefully these kind of crafted narratives can be understood, designed to distract us from the deeper strategies and other kind of issues. You can understand what is going on in the whole world. Hope you clearly. I will point towards the more and more destruction which is going on across here in the mountainous region.